hope you're excited because in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step our proven and simple Etsy description template. So for a refresh, right, you go to any Etsy listing and scroll down past kind of the price point, the title here on the right-hand side on the desktop, you see the description. And your Etsy description will only kind of appear the first 3 lines. You can kind of see that are visible. And for shoppers who want to view more, they have to click on learn more about the site, right? So if I click on this, then I can see the full description. Now, it's not clear on how much room you have with an Etsy description, but it's quite a bit of room. You have a lot to pack in here. And what I find is that, number one, most Etsy sellers don't really know what to do for this section. They're kind of like, okay, what do I put in this section and how much should I put in? Why is it important? How many people are actually looking at the description? All those questions we're going to answer and simplify it for you, but not just simplify it, get way better results than 99% of other Etsy sellers. And you'll see exactly why that's the case, okay? So just an example here. And if you want to see more examples of Etsy descriptions, you can click here on the Digital Dalmatian shop. This is a test shop. We created this literally for this course. These are all real products and real descriptions and everything. You can see our titles, our descriptions, our pricing, our coupons, everything that we do, our images here on the Etsy shop. If you ever want to buy anything, it's totally fine. They're all real products, and we put a lot of effort to make sure they're great. Again, just for example, you don't need to go buy anything, okay? So just in case you would like some more examples of descriptions, this is how we write them, and this would be a good source of information for you because obviously we developed this system, and no other seller is really doing it, right? So, well, no other seller that's competing with us. So here we go. Description template. I'll make this available as a link in the resources section of this video. So this is a Google Doc. All you'll do is go up here, click on File, and then make a copy, and you'll have your own copy. You can download it and keep it in Google Docs, whatever you want, but this is here for you as another one of the free resources for students only of this course. And here's the thing. So number one, we want to figure out what are the most important elements. We want to understand what is the point of an Etsy description. Then number two, what are the most important elements to put in that description? And then number three, how do we order those elements? Okay, that's a 3-step process. So I've already gone through the process and put it all here, but basically the purpose of your Etsy description primarily is conversions. With your Etsy listing, there's 2 goals that you have: keywords and conversions, as I like to call it. Your tag and your titles. The goal of your title and tag mostly, okay, are for keyword optimization, getting seen for keywords, as many relevant keywords as possible on Etsy and on Google, so people find you and buy from you. Your images and your description, the primary goal, not the only goal, but the primary goal is conversions, getting shoppers to convert into buyers, getting people to actually purchase your product. And, if 100 people see your listing, getting as many of those 100 people to buy as possible. Using this, you'll have maximum results, okay? So the main goal of your description is conversions, where others are keywords. But Etsy somewhat recently announced that they're actually indexing keywords. So keywords in your description were always indexed on Google, meaning that if you put keywords in your description, you can actually get search engine juice or get seen on Google. Now it's also really going to help you with ranking on Etsy. Your tags and title are way more important for keywords, but this is another important place. So again, primary goal of description, get shoppers to buy from you. Second goal, to get seen through keyword optimization. Okay, so hopefully you're with me. Again, description is kind of the biggest section of the written copy of your listing. That's why I'm kind of putting so much effort here into breaking down everything for you. But hopefully this all makes sense. If you have questions throughout, let me know. So with that being said, okay, our goal is to convert shoppers into buyers. What I've done is listed all the elements that are needed, right, which aren't many, 9-step process for your description. You take one each step at a time, it makes it so easy. Instead of writing a long description, you're just writing a few sentences, and then you're writing another few sentences separately, and then another few, and they all come together, and now you have dozens of sentences. Okay, so it makes it much easier, and that's the way that copywriters actually write, which a lot of people don't know that. It's a lot of kind of formulas that people put in along with some creativity. So let's actually get to it. So there's 9 parts of your Etsy description to maximize your conversion rate and get results. So number 1 is your hook. You need to have some kind of word or sentence at the very beginning of your description that gets people to click to learn more information, okay? So for example, like I mentioned back here, if we just click on one of these products here, okay? We scroll down, right? So we need something at the very beginning that grabs people's attention like nothing else, right? And most Etsy sellers, 99.9% do not do this. So I like to use things like this, like, aren't you sick of it, right? It's like, what? Or we have another example down here that I'll show you, like, did you know that 50%, like, what? Question mark, exclamation point. Did you know that 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years of opening, right? Whoa. So something to shock people, something to grab their attention, okay? Super important. Otherwise, basically, one rule of copywriting is that the goal of your, the first line of text is to get someone to read the next. And then that goal is to get them to read the next and the next all the way through, right? That's your goal with each line of text or copy that you're writing for your description, is to get the viewer or reader to read the next and the next and the next. So to get anyone to even read anything, we need to grab their attention. So that's super important with a hook. So it could be a statistic. It could be, certain kind of language like, aren't you sick of it? Or like, are you serious? What? Things like that. Or hey you, hey you Etsy shopper. And kind of like pointing at them. These type of things are really great examples of hooks to grab the attention, and it makes you stand out from all your competitors because everyone's too afraid to do this. Everyone wants to play it safe and have a cute, nice, generic description. Having a description that's passionate, that's emotional, that's even funny, depending on what your product is or your brand, will make you stand out. And ultimately, it doesn't matter if you stand out. What matters is getting seen and getting sales. So this can help you do that. Number 1 is the hook. Number 2 is you're going to identify the source of pain. Anyone who's buying a product has a pain point. And you may think, well, I'm selling funny t-shirts. The person selling you doesn't have pain, do they? They absolutely do. They have a need that they need to solve. And that need causes pain, even if it's not, conscious, right? And that's a whole other story. But there's always a pain point or always a need that people have. So for example, I'm trying to find a great, funny gift for my grandfather. I want to give my grandfather the best gift. There's this pain in me that I feel that I'm underappreciated by my grandfather. I have this pain that, I don't stand out as much, that he doesn't like me as much. There's pain there. And in order to get him to like me, maybe I'll buy this t-shirt. And by the way, this isn't conscious happening, this is all subconscious. So there's pain there, right? Someone's buying your funny grandpa t-shirt, there's pain there. And they don't even know it, but you know it, right? So it's kind of, number 1, being conscious that everyone who's buying something has a need, and there's usually pain associated with that. As human beings, we're always trying to go away from pain and toward pleasure in general. Or there's an argument, right, toward meaning, but meaning, gives you pleasure. So toward pleasure, away from pain. So keep that in mind. So because of that, number 1, we grab their attention. Number 2, we're going to identify the source of pain that they have. Number 3, we're going to agitate that pain. We're going to describe the pain. We're going to show them that we understand their pain. Number 4, we're going to introduce our product as the solution for their pain. Number 5, we're going to state the main benefits of our product. Benefits and features are different from each other. It's very important to understand, but they're very, very simple to understand. Features are what your product does, the colors of your product, how it functions, whatever. It describes your product like physically, functionally. Those are features. Benefits are what your product does for your shopper. How does it help them on an emotional level, right? That's the benefit. So, for example, of a weight loss pill is a very easy kind of example, right? So, a feature would be, all listing the ingredients. It's all natural, it's organic, it's FDA certified. It has a 4.8 star rating on Amazon. It is trusted by 36,000 customers. Those are features, okay? Benefits are, feel confident about your body again, or feel more confident about your body than ever. Obliterate your fat, right? So this is the benefit. So here's what it does. Here's the ingredients. Here's the reviews. Here's whatever the features about the product. The benefit is what do these fat pills actually do for me? Like, why am I buying this? Like, why am I, taking all this time to research products, put my money down? Why? And if you're having trouble identifying your benefit, it may mean that you have a problem with your product. Okay, so super important as well. So actually, by writing your description, we always write our description before we ever launch the product. Right? Because we need to know and understand our audience first before actually launching the product. And again, you don't have to do it this way. This is how we do it. Some people say that's inefficient, but that's the way that we do it. All of our copy, our listing is written before we ever launch the product, before we even start creating the product. That's the point. Because we want to understand it completely, and then we kind of create our product based on all those pain points. So anyway, state your main product benefit. Okay, so what does it do for them? How does it help them go away from pain and toward pleasure? That's what a benefit is. Really simple. So what is the main benefit? Next, you're going to list your top 5 to 7 product features. Now here, you kind of first, there's this whole study on your brain, the limbic system, and your neocortex. Your neocortex is the area of your brain that's basically lights up in regards to motor function, logical activity, rational thinking. And then your limbic system is much more, it's stimulated during different traumatic events or emotional events, memories, things like that. So first, in order to sell to somebody, you need to first kind of knock down the wall. Again, this is all ethical, by the way. You're not doing anything weird or whatever. But you need to basically convince them on an emotional level first before you get them on the rational level. And a lot of people do it the opposite. They're like, here's all of our products, our features and everything. Here's how fast the car goes. Here's all the different kind of knobs and features, and it was rated this or that. No one really cares. It's like, hey, everyone is like, if you get this car, your mom will finally respect you. You'll look cool to all of your friends. They'll have envy for you, right? Whatever. Not saying you should do this, or it sounds kind of silly, but that's first. And then here's why this will happen: because it's the rated safety standard, because it has sleek leather interior, because it has blah 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 blah. See how that works? One way it's very bizarre because that's how our human brain works: emotional first, then features. Okay, so first we're gonna say the benefit. Next we're gonna back up that benefit. We're gonna give them reasons. Like, okay, I'm sold on this emotionally, but I'm not sold on this rationally. You've only sold me on half of my brain. Now sell me on the other half. This is where you sell them on the other half. You list your top 5 to 7 product features, the top 5 to 7 things that your product does. Why the number 5 through 7 is because people can only remember up to 7 items, plus or minus 2. So between 5 to 7, right? Most people can only remember 5 to 7 things. Some people can remember obviously a lot more, but in general, it's around 7. So we want to kind of stay below that between 5 to 7. So otherwise, you just overwhelm people. So 5 to 7 product features. Next, if there's any unresolved doubts, anything that's important about the product, either benefits, features that you haven't mentioned yet, or you want to really kind of put more emphasis on, more text, that's an area for this. Or you can skip number 7, right? If everything's kind of covered. Next, you're going to evoke scarcity, limited, available. Price will go up in the future. Something, and again, be honest with this. If you're not going to plan on increasing the price, then don't say that. If there's unlimited, then don't. If it's a digital product, there's unlimited, then maybe don't say that, right? So it depends, but evoke some kind of scarcity that this price is scarce. This product is scarce. It's in high demand. It's going fast. Okay. And then lastly, and it's very simple, is your call to action where you want to say add to cart now. And you want the words add to cart, not buy now or shop now. Why? Because there's an add to cart button. You want your keyword to match with the action that you want them to take. They can't buy now. And a lot of Etsy shoppers aren't just going on Etsy to buy one product. Most shoppers on Amazon, on Etsy, on Walmart, just shopping in general, right? You go to the mall, usually you're not looking for one single product. You want to go to the mall and get all of your shopping done in one place. You want to go on Etsy and get all your shopping done, on Amazon, and so on, right? So if you tell someone to shop now, they're actually way less likely to shop now than if you tell them to add to cart. They're way more likely. It's a much easier action to take, and ultimately there's statistics that show telling people basically to add to cart. First of all, just have the word add to cart there. That's already, if you just go back to your other Etsy products that you have already, if you're already selling on Etsy, just add the word add to cart at the end of your descriptions on all of your listings, and you will see your conversion rate go up. Maybe not a ton, but it will go up. For the little bit of effort that you put in, you should see more sales and profit come in than the effort you put in. Really, really, really powerful. You think that, people already know that. They do know that. They need to be told. We need to be told. There's a whole study on, there's this guy who's trying to grow his Twitter following, and he A/B tested with thousands of different variations, but basically found that when he said, follow me on Twitter, or follow me now on Twitter, that actually had the best results than all these other headlines that he had to get people to actually follow him, right? So it's very interesting. But having the words add to cart, significantly more people add to cart and ultimately buy, right? That's going to help you get more sales than having shop now or not having anything at all. So it seems a little complicated at first, like, it's a lot of steps. Take each one at a time. Some things are only a few words long, others are a few sentences. It's really simple, but when you do this, you have the right structure in the right order, you will see your conversion rate go up. What I recommend doing for those of you Etsy sellers like us, we're already selling on Etsy, make changes to half of your listings, okay? Half your products, and leave the other half the same. And then track and look at the total sales, and specifically look at the conversion rate. So you can look at the conversion rate, 6 months before the changes, and then 6 months after, and you tell me if the conversion rate goes up or not. There's a strong likelihood the conversion rate is going to go way up from this change, okay? So that's why I'm so excited. And then after you followed steps 1 through 9, I'm going to show you an example here in a second. Then, after you've written your listing and your description, and you have, make sure that it's grammatically correct, you can use a tool like Grammarly.com. It's a free tool, and it'll kind of help you spell check everything. So once you have basically your description written, it's good to go. Lastly, you want to go back to your description, look at your keyword list, and just sprinkle some keywords, some of your important keywords throughout your description. Just give you a little bit more SEO juice, a little bit more searchability on Google and Etsy. Again, that's not the main goal, so that's not what we're focusing on. And if you put too many keywords in your description, it's going to be very obvious. People are going to be like, this sounds so weird, and it's actually going to hurt you more than help you. So be very light with the sprinkling of those keywords in your description. And if you're kind of worried, don't worry about it, because as you're going through your description, naturally, you're going to write keywords, because you're going to have a lot of text there. You're going to be targeting their pain points. You're going to be using the same words that they would use to search for the product. So naturally, as you write your description, you're going to include keywords, but this is just a good extra effort to make sure you're intentional and have important keywords where it makes sense in your description. And if it doesn't make sense or if it's too forced, then don't include it. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, okay, cool. Take a breather. I know it sounds like a lot. We'll go through one description here, and again, you can see more examples here of our own actual descriptions that we create here at the Digital Domination Shop that we've literally created for you, so hope you take advantage of it. And here, let's just go ahead and look at the example. So again, just to briefly recap, hook to grab their attention, we're going to identify their pain, agitate the pain, and then as they're in a state of having all this pain and anxiety, we're going to put them at ease with our product. Our product's a solution. Why is your product? Now, I'm feeling better, but I'm a little bit skeptical. Why is your product a solution? We're going to state the benefit. This is how it's going to change your life. Okay. That sounds great, but I'm still skeptical. I don't believe you. My rational brain doesn't believe you. Here's our top product features. Oh, okay, yeah, you're actually backing up that benefit. Then we're going to say, like, okay, like, and then resolve any final doubts. Like, dang, like, I'm pretty sold on this product. Well, hurry. You want to buy now because we're going to be running out of stock. We're going to be increasing the price in the future. This discount won't last forever. Okay, so add a cart now. See how it just logically flows, how it kind of makes sense as a story. It's not just this random template we put together. It's based on human psychology and studies. So, and it works. Like, test it. Just actually implement it. You'll see that it works. So, anyway, now that's fresh in our mind, let's actually work through the example. Here's our hook. What? Question mark, exclamation point. Did you know that 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 months of opening? And even worse, only 40% of businesses generated more than $1 in profit last year. These are real statistics, by the way. This is not made up. This is a real description that we have. Only 40% of businesses generated more than $1 in profit last year. This is true. Why do so many Etsy businesses fail? Why are so many unprofitable? This is also true. It's simple. They don't know their numbers. How can you increase profit when you don't even know what your real Etsy profit was last month? Now we're agitating the pain, right? We stated the pain. So what's the problem? So here's, just to recap, here's the hook, right? And then here's stating the pain. It's simple. They don't know their numbers, right? The problem is they don't have an understanding of their numbers, okay? Of their profit, of their revenue, their ROI, all of this. So, okay, we're going to agitate the pain. So how can you increase profit when you don't even know what your real Etsy profit was last month? How can you reduce expenses when you don't have all your expenses on and off of Etsy in one single place? How can you collect and give accurate tax information when you don't even know what or where to get it? When you don't have a simple, clean place that collects and lists all of your monthly and yearly Etsy revenue, expenses, cost of sales, net margin, and ROI for all of your products, what happens is you spend hours of time and stress trying to figure out all of your important numbers for taxes on your own. After 8 hours of pulling out your hair, and again, this is all agitating the pain. It depends on the product. So certain products it's much shorter, others it's going to be long, and obviously right here is pretty long. So after 8 hours, pulling out your hair and crying in the corner of your room, you might figure it out. But most times, Etsy sellers give up, hiring an expensive tax professional service that makes you do most of the work yourself just to tell you generated $0 in net profit last year. Ouch. Stop worrying. There is a better way, okay? So now we're introducing our product solution. Up to this point, we've been agitating pain a lot. It depends on the product and how much you want to go, but that's kind of what we've done here. So stop worrying, there's a better way. Let me introduce you to the easy Etsy bookkeeping spreadsheet by Digital Domination. And you see, what is this right here? Keyword, right? Really important keyword. Instead of just Etsy instead of the Etsy bookkeeping tool, it was Etsy bookkeeping spreadsheet was a better keyword. So anyway, this is the only Etsy bookkeeping template, another keyword, that will easily track and show your exact revenue, expenses, and profit for every single product, every single month, to keep your life organized and make tax season an absolute breeze. Boom. What did we just do here? Of these steps, which step are we on? Benefits. We introduced your product solution, now we're on the benefits. So it's the only template. It'll easily track and show your exact revenue. So more of a feature, but the ease of use, that's a benefit to me because it's easy to use, right? The tool does this, it shows your revenue, that's a feature, but it's easy to use, that's a benefit to me. So easy to use is a benefit. Keep your life organized, that's another benefit. Okay, my life is organized, reduces my anxiety, that's a benefit. Takes away my migraines, that's a benefit. Makes tax season a breeze. Relieving stress, that's a benefit. Okay, it's not like what it does, because it makes tax season a breeze. It doesn't make tax season, it does, but that's not what the product does. It tracks revenue, it collects all of your information, whatever, all this kind of stuff. And then the benefit of that, the result of that, is it makes it a breeze, right? So boom, tax season a breeze, organizes my life, reduces my stress. Whoa, that's awesome. Now I'm skeptical, I don't believe you. Okay, well with this Etsy accounting spreadsheet, all you have to do is 1, download the step-by-step instruction PDF, 2, click on the Google Sheets link that will take you to the tool, 3, easily or effortlessly download and upload your Etsy sales data right into the spreadsheet and add any extra expenses if you have them, and that's it. As soon as you complete these 4 simple steps, these features, right? This is what the product does. As soon as you complete these 4 simple steps, the easy Etsy bookkeeping spreadsheet will automatically and cleanly display all of your vital sales, expenses, and profit information for tax season and personal business growth. This works even if you're terrified of Excel or have tried to use complicated spreadsheets or tools in the past with poor results. Why am I including this here? This works even if you tried Excel, because if we go back up here, is there any final doubts that we haven't covered yet? Yes. When I was researching my competitors' reviews, I saw that people were having a really difficult time using the tool. They were kind of scared to use it. I almost didn't buy it, so I was so scared to use the tool. And I found, it took me a while to figure it out. It's okay, whatever. So people had a lot of difficulty with using Excel or these spreadsheets. So that's a doubt that I haven't covered yet. So I want to make sure I cover that, right? And again, certain products, you're going to need this. Other products, you don't. So it's a very good kind of blueprint or system, but don't expect every single description to sound identical, because it won't. Every product is different. Every audience is different. But this is a very, very good formula. It's going to do basically, solve 80% of the unknowing. And obviously, it's up to you to kind of fill this in. But I'm going to give you an additional resource that was super, super helpful for us. That is literally one of our biggest investments to help us make more money. But anyway, okay, so that's what we're doing, is we're resolving final doubts. Apologies, I know I'm talking a lot. Okay. This works even if you are terrified of Excel or have tried to use complicated spreadsheets or tools in the past with poor results. Still ensure that this tool is easy to use and will do every single thing you need it to do. Well, this full step-by-step video tutorial will show you exactly how the tool works, and then we'll have a link to our YouTube tutorial, okay, which we do for this tool. Unlike any other tool spreadsheet, easy bookkeeping spreadsheet is the only Etsy accounting tool which tracks, and then listing all of these, right? Again, these are kind of the additional, like, not really sure what it includes, right? So far, everyone needs to be sold on the key features and benefits of your product, like everyone. And some people need a little bit more. Every shopper is different, right? Some people need a little bit of information, some people need a lot of information. So always keep that in mind. A lot of times we think someone who's buying a product, they're all the same type of person. Some people are more visual, some people are more, they like to read. Some people communicate more by visuals, and some others more by text, right? Which goes into kind of relationships. Some people, they're already sold and they're gonna buy, they're going through a description, they're already sold, they exit out and go buy a product. But some people are gonna keep reading because they need more. So that's why we're adding some extra, because some people need the extra. And guess what, if you don't need the extra info, it doesn't hurt because they're already off the description buying, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind, all right? So anyway, unlike other tools, and like any other tool spreadsheet, the easy Etsy bookkeeping spreadsheet is the only Etsy accounting tool, again, another keyword, which tracks Etsy sales and revenue, total units sold, product refunds, discounts and coupons, shipping expenses, fees, all the way down, right? And on top of all this, just by watching the training video accompanied with this tool, you will actually learn how to save more money on taxes every year and how to know if your business is healthy. So it's kind of like a little bonus that we have. Again, so that's, kind of, some people, the hesitation is, what's included in the tool? Boom, we solved that. We also know that there's people that are hesitant about the price because it's a little bit on the price you're in, which is actually not, it's actually very inexpensive, but it's like 35 bucks. So think about the price, this tool pays for itself. If your time is worth, and this is kind of a little sales thing, again, I go pretty above with all of our copy just to make sure. So if this is like a little bit intimidating to you, don't worry, but also give you a resource that'll help you write way better than this. So think about the price, the tool pays for itself. If your time is worth $20 per hour, and you save just 2 hours of time each year by automating your taxes basically with this tool, it pays for itself. While other monthly Etsy accounting tools and services like QuickBooks and GoDaddy, which I know are competitors, cost anywhere from $12 to $90 per month, the easy Etsy booking spreadsheet is only a one-time payment, which could make this the highest returning investment this year, which is a fact. Because this is the most valuable Etsy bookkeeping and accounting tool on the market, this price will increase soon, which it will, because whenever we launch a new product, we start off usually at a lower price, just to, we don't have the reviews that our competitors have, we're brand new, so we have like a sale, pretty deep discount, get those reviews, get those sales in, and then increase later. So that's why. And then lastly, remember this is more than just a fancy tool spreadsheet. Because this is the most valuable Etsy bookkeeping, the price will increase soon. So add to cart now in all caps. I like to use all caps. It's up to you. But add to cart now, okay? And then I just remember this is more than just a fancy tool spreadsheet. This product can save your sanity in your Etsy business. Just a little extra edge. But if you wanted to, you could also just get rid of that and end with add to cart now, which usually is what I do. Is end with that. Okay, so cool. I know that was a lot. That's why I'm only going through one example because it already takes so much time. But you can look at the other examples on our example Etsy shop, and you can actually see this product as well, which is launching today on our Etsy shop. But hopefully this kind of makes sense. Makes it simple for you. Again, just stick to this. If you're worried, start small. Keep it simple. Keep it small. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about having all this extra language or whatever, right? The more you do this, the easier it'll get. Number two, you have a system and a template that works time and again. Implement it. You'll see the results for yourself. And then you can go with it. And this template, again, is available for free. You can access it in the resources section as well. And the last thing that I'll mention, so you saw kind of all of our copy, and you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty decent for an Etsy product. I haven't really seen that kind of thing before. Okay, yeah, you want to stand out. So if you want to stand out on Etsy and you want to make more sales on Etsy, if you are doing any kind of content, blog writing, YouTube content, Instagram, Pinterest, you have conversations with family or friends, so you want to improve the way that you speak, you want to improve your ability to sell and make money, the single book that we've read this past year that has helped us to do that is this book right here, Copywriting Secrets, How Everyone Can Use the Power of Words to get more clicks, sales, and profit, no matter what you sell or who you sell it to. Very, very powerful book, extremely underrated. Can't recommend this enough. So I'll have a link to this book as well in the description section. You'll see, in this book, you'll kind of see why we have structured our Etsy descriptions this way. It's all based on data. It's very formulaic, which is very different from what most people think about copywriting as more of an art. It's a mix between art and a science, but it's way more scientific than people think. So very, very powerful. This will go way above, like the templates are going to help you, but this will help you with everything in life. Anything that you talk or write about, this is going to help you with. Very, very powerful. So anyway, hope you found this valuable. Like I said, I know it's a lot. If you have any questions, let me know, but hope you found it valuable. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the next video. Imagine if the best Etsy copywriter on planet Earth will write your Etsy descriptions for free in less than 1 minute. Now, you're probably thinking this is too good to be true, but in this video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process to use the easy, free ChatGPT AI tool to write all of your Etsy descriptions for you to maximize your conversion rate and completely transform your Etsy business. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this tutorial. All right, so first things first, go ahead and create a free ChatGPT account. So as you can see here, I have ChatGPT Plus, which is $20 a month, but you can do the same thing with the free account. And basically, the benefit that I get with ChatGPT Plus is that I have access to ChatGPT 4 that you see up here. So I'm going to show you basically the free version, which does an amazing job, and then the paid version, which I use, which does an even better job and show you both where you kind of decide what you want to use with your Etsy shop. So once you create your free ChatGPT account, next what you want to do is in the description section, I also have free access to the Etsy description ChatGPT script. So go ahead and access that. Once you have access to this Google Doc, click on File, and then make a copy in the top left corner to make your own copy. Basically, from this doc, we're going to copy and paste prompts into the AI tool, and it's going to do almost all the work for us. There's a little bit that we need to do up front. So as you can see here in prompt number 2, what you want to do is enter in as much information about your product as possible, as you kind of see here, your product name, your target audience, features, benefits, differentiation, all of that. And basically, the more details and information you give to ChatGPT, the better the quality description is going to be. Because imagine if ChatGPT was a person, right? An actual human being copywriter. they're like, hey, we're going to write a description for you. They need to know what your product is. They can't write a description if it's just made up. They're going to make up things to write about. So you want to be as detailed as possible, which you would already need to do if you were hiring a professional or if you're doing this yourself to make sure all of your information is organized. So it's not really any extra work. You just want to make sure that you do this first. So as you can see here, I'm just going to use an example here. So we have our product type. It's a 5-year personal budget spreadsheet. It's a digital product. It's a Google spreadsheet, and we have more details about it here. So that's what our product is. Now we have our target audience, because with our target audience, it's going to help the AI tool to then match and best relate to that target audience as possible instead of just having kind of a general audience. So in this case, we're just kind of making this up. Let's say it's married women who desire to get their life and finances on track in order to achieve their life goals. Okay, so I like to say group. So this could be married women, soccer moms, for example, or whatever it might be. Young single men who desire X in order to achieve Y. That's a general frame that I like to follow, which you can kind of see right here on the screen. So go ahead and kind of fill that out. If you want to provide more details, provide as many as you like. Next, for product features, this is what our product does, kind of how it functions. So describe your product. This product is a beautiful Google spreadsheet where users can input and track their life goals, their income, expenses, retirement contributions. This tool also generates automatic important calculations. You see how I'm not using proper grammar here? It doesn't really matter. Just get your thoughts down on paper and just describe as much detail as possible. And ChatGPT is going to be able to analyze all of your data, even if you have ADHD like I do. Okay, so this tool also comes with a full step-by-step YouTube video tutorial to make the tool as easy as possible. Easy to use as possible, but they already did that, so easy to use as possible. Doesn't really matter. ChatGPT is going to pick up on those mistakes and understand what you're trying to get across. After the features, we have product benefits. So benefits are, what does your product do for your customer? You can kind of think this like, if your customer is standing in front of you and you have to describe your product, says, okay, our product creates automatic calculations. Envision your customer saying, so what? So what? Who cares that it has automatic calculations? Like, oh, well, then it shows you your important expenses for you to reduce. So what? So then you can ultimately achieve your goals faster, right? So having your customers in your head, just hypothetically asking, so what? Like, hey, here's what our product does. So what? Well, because then it does this. Well, so what? Well, then it ultimately does this for you. Okay. And the further you go down that kind of line of questioning of asking, so what? Like, what's in it for the customer? Like, why do they buy it? Who cares? It's like, this is why, right? You get down to the essence of it and the real deep reason why people are buying your product. And if you don't know your benefits or you don't have any, maybe your product isn't worth selling. It's a really, really important point. So really important exercise to go through anyway. Just list some of your big benefits. Like, what are the ultimate reasons that someone is buying your product? What does the product do for them, right? Kind of think about their heart, where features is more about their mind. So here's some examples. Mental and financial clarity. So clears your mind, clears your finances. That's a benefit. Mental and financial peace, feeling of peace. Confidence, easy to use, kind of a mix of a feature. It's easy to use, but it's easy. It's all in one. So it's a one-stop shop. It's convenient. So I can say it's like convenient, easy, things like that, especially these top ones here, benefits. And again, this does not need to be perfect. That's what's beautiful about this. So just in general, we're just trying to describe the different aspects of our products, and we're building into the AI that makes it easiest for them to then kind of spit out the results. All right, next, after product benefits, what makes our product better than all the other options? Again, if you don't have a product better, why are people going to choose you? So it's important to have this, and then you should know exactly what that is. So, this tool is better than printable paper planners because it uses less paper, it's better for the environment, it makes automatic visuals, it makes tracking way easier, it's cheaper, etc. Okay? And we know that our competitors are paper products or digital kind of downloads, and also we're competing with other Excel templates and Google templates. So what makes us better than, we have two types of competitors. We already know why we're better than paper competitors. What makes us better than these other Google spreadsheets that are similar to us? Well, it's more beautiful versus ugly and intimidating spreadsheets. It includes features and functionality that no other spreadsheet does. You can track 5 years of income and expenses where everyone else is just 1 year. It's way more comprehensive. That's what makes us better in general. And then the last section here are other important notes. So is there anything important or unique about your product that you want to make sure is in your product description? Every product on Etsy is different, so we want to make sure that those unique kind of differences, we have a section there for it. So in this case, this product is a digital product, so customers will not receive a physical product. This is important to note, so we don't upset customers, and then that's it. So it's finished, and then we have the rest of the prompt here. So just kind of filling out your differentiation, other notes, benefits, features, target audience, and product name. Fill out as much detail as you like, the more the better. Once that's done, I'm going to show you how the magic happens. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, still here in Google Doc, go ahead and Command-C to copy all this text here in prompt 1. Next, we're going to go to ChatGPT. Click on 3.5 here. That will just be the default if you're using a free account anyway. And here in the middle, right, we have send a message. Click here and hit Command-V to paste and then hit enter. So we're basically copying and pasting over. And basically what we ask is, hey ChatGPT, what's the difference between a well-optimized, high-converting Etsy product description and a poorly written, poorly organized, low-converting Etsy product description? So what we're doing is we're priming the artificial intelligence. We're having it kind of understand, okay, we're going to talk about product descriptions. What's the difference between good and bad? That makes the AI think, okay, when they ask me to make it good, I know the difference between good and bad. It seems kind of redundant, but just follow the process, and this works super well. So that's step 1. What we just prime the AI, and as you can see, right, we have a description of what makes good Etsy descriptions different from poorly written and optimized Etsy descriptions. Right, so you can read through that if you like, but we'll go ahead and move on and get our Etsy description created. So far, all the work that we put in is basically just creating a free account and filling out our product information, which we probably already have. Next, we're going to go here, Command-Shift, and Command-C to copy all of the text here under prompt 2. We're going to go back to ChatGPT here and send a message in the same chat right here. Just Command-V to paste and hit enter and watch this. What we're asking is for ChatGPT, so based on all the information, act like you're the best Etsy copywriter on planet Earth and write us the best, highest converting Etsy product description known to mankind that will excite readers into pulling out their credit cards and immediately purchasing. It's very important to be descriptive about the type of copy or the type of Etsy description that you want written. If you just told ChatGPT, hey, write me a good Etsy product description, the results aren't going to be good. It's going to be very plain and boring. But using this type of language, which is already done for you, using the copy and paste, everything's done for you. You don't need to do this. You can tweak it if you like. Helps you kind of create this. So as you see, as I was talking, you see how fast this was? Literally within seconds, this tool generates your Etsy description and look at the quality. So looking to take control of your finances and achieve your life goals, look no further than our 5-year personal budget spreadsheet. Designed specifically for married women who want to get their lives and their finances on track, our beautiful Google spreadsheet makes it easy to track your income, expenses, retirement contributions, and more with automatic calculations and a full step-by-step YouTube video tutorial. Our 5-year personal budget spreadsheet isn't just easy to use. It also offers a range of benefits that will help you achieve mental and financial clarity, peace, and confidence. With all-in functionality and the ability to track 5 years of income, expenses, retirement goals, and more, this comprehensive tool is the only one you'll need to achieve your financial dreams. And so on. You already get the picture here, right? You can read through the rest. This is really good quality. For me, still, it's not perfect, right? It's really good. And what you can do is after you read through, like, okay, this is good to go. Go ahead and throw it in, use it in your Etsy listing. Literally have your professional Etsy description in seconds. It's amazing. What you can do is if you're not fully satisfied and you go back to the Google Doc, scroll down to prompt number 3. Thank you, ChatGPT. Please rewrite this description with X, Y, and Z changes. So if you want to add anything, remove anything, change anything, it's up to you. You can write that into this prompt and then just copy this from the Google Doc and then paste here. Like, for example, we'll say, thank you, ChatGPT. This is great, but make it more selling. Make it more selling, right? We want more sales, or let's say sales, made up word. We want it to be more sales, we want it to be more, kind of convincing. I think it's great as is, but just as an example, and we'll see what it does. So hit enter, and look how quick this is moving. Do you see the difference? You can go ahead and compare this. You can pause the video, and then we'll scroll up, pause the video here, and look at the difference between the two. You can see that it does sound like a salesperson kind of wrote this. So whatever you want to do, you want different tonality, like make it more feminine, make it more masculine, make it more selly, make it less salesy, whatever it might be, you can ask ChatGPT and immediately they'll make that change. So how freaking cool is this? I hope this is blowing your minds. This is amazing. And I'm going to take it a step further here. Okay, we're not done. So that's it for the Etsy description side of things. Very simple, kind of straightforward. And you can do this for free using ChatGPT as of now. Now, anything happened, like literally the day after I post this video, ChatGPT could be only paid. Now, I do pay for a ChatGPT Pro account, and I'm actually about to show you the exact same process with ChatGPT 4, which I believe does an even better job, and I'm going to show you the difference to see whether it's worth paying for or if the free version is good on its own. So here's what we're going to do. Go up here and click on New Chat. Then from here, if you have the Pro account, which is right now $20 a month, very much worth it, I'm going to select ChatGPT 4, and as you can see, 3.5, it ranks really well for speed. ChatGPT 4 is low on speed, it's still very fast, but it's extremely high in reasoning and conscientiousness. It's very more human-like, and the ultimate results are better, and we'll just go ahead and run through it to see. So click on ChatGPT 4. Now, this is going to be analyzed by the upgraded AI that ChatGPT has. So we're going to head back to Google Doc. Again, go through the entire process just as is. I'm going to Command-C prompt 1, go back to ChatGPT, and Command-V paste, hit enter. The exact same process as before. And as you can see, the process is a bit slower, but still very fast. This is faster than any human could be typing, and this is the slow version. So still great. And you can also look at the response that ChatGPT gives in the 4.0 versus 3.5. You have more bullet points than 3.5 had, and that's ultimately going to play out in the description. So I'll go ahead and kind of let this run. And we head back over to our Google Doc. To prompt number 2, the exact same prompt that we used before. No changes. Copy everything. Back to ChatGPT, and Command-V to paste. And hit the enter bar. And then we're going to see, let this run for a little bit, and see the end result and compare it to ChatGPT 3.5. We're back on, and here is the final result that ChatGPT created for us. So introducing the ultimate 5-year personal budget spreadsheet. Transform your finances and achieve your life goals with unbeatable confidence. And as you can see, more use of emojis here to make it pop a little bit, which I really like. And I personally use emojis in my own Etsy product description. Are you a married woman who craves financial clarity and a foolproof roadmap to achieving your life goals? Look no further. Our beautifully designed 5-year personal budget spreadsheet is the perfect all-in-one tool for taking control of your finances, planning the future, and creating the life of your dreams. Say goodbye to stress and overwhelm, and hello to a fresh start with financial peace and confidence. That is not that at all. You can kind of continue reading, and something very obvious you notice aside from the emojis is how ChatGPT 4 actually breaks out the information to make it more readable, and there's actually more information in detail here, and in general, you want to have a longer description than a shorter description, because a longer description is going to contain more keywords, and number 2 is going to have more chances of convincing a shopper to ultimately buy your product. So let's go ahead and kind of pause here, and scroll up, and pause here as well. So you can kind of see the entire description laid out. If we go back here to our ChatGPT 3.5 conversation, we can see here in the top of the chat on the left-hand side, click on that, we see our original description. So you can see a lot less emojis, a lot less broken out, and shorter overall. Still a very, very good description. Still better than the majority of Etsy product descriptions, but as you tell, 4.0 does a much better job overall. Really, really powerful. And whether you use the free version or the paid version, the ultimate result is Etsy descriptions written in literally less than 1 minute that are better than 99% of other Etsy listings done for you. And one kind of downside of using an AI tool thus far is I tried to work with ChatGPT to automatically have it include important keywords in your Etsy description, because as you know, it's very important to have your top search, most relevant keywords in your description, because that's going to help you rank on Etsy and Etsy search, as well as on Google search. So unfortunately, ChatGPT, for whatever reason, doesn't do the best job of taking keywords and putting them into the description. So the only last thing aside from just kind of reading through this, make sure after you read through that everything sounds good, go through your keyword list, and where it makes sense, kind of substitute certain keywords for keywords in your keyword list. Just kind of make sure that those keywords, as many as kind of make sense that are naturally kind of flow, put those in throughout your Etsy description, and that's going to also help you increase in keyword rank. If you're not already doing that, that's a huge missed opportunity for a lot of Etsy sellers. So make sure you do that. And once everything looks good, just kind of as a final measure, what you want to do is copy that description here. And then what we want to do is paste into a plagiarism checker. So I can just do plagiarism checker online. Hit enter. So I used this duplicate checker before. And then what you can do is either upload a file or paste, and basically just make sure that you check for plagiarism. in most cases, as you can kind of tell, right, this is a very unique description, but just as an added measure of safety, you want to make sure that ChatGPT isn't copying any other information. In my experience so far, that has not been an issue whatsoever. There'll always be some little minor kind of plagiarism detected, even if there's no plagiarism there, but just a final additional measure. So regardless, like 90% of the work is beautifully done. You don't need to hire somebody, and it's better than what you could do, and even faster. And all you need to do at the end is kind of add some keywords in there, check for plagiarism, and when everything's good to go, you can copy and paste this into your Etsy listings and move through much faster than you were before.
All right, time to optimize our Etsy shop. So here from your shop manager page, you can go here to your Etsy shop and click on the little pencil icon. Now you're going to see all of these different sections that we can start to play with, starting with the banner. If you click here, you're going to see all the different options that you have for your Etsy shop banner. So if you select different ones, you're going to get the preview. So there's the bigger banner, the mini banner, or none. And if you had your Etsy Plus account, you had a couple more options. So in my case, I'm going to go with the bigger banner, and Etsy goes ahead and tells you the minimum image size in the correct proportion. So I already went ahead and created my designs in Canva, and I downloaded them and renamed them, and I also added important keywords in the metadata of those images. So just like we did in our product images when we were optimizing our listing, I went ahead and repeated the same steps for all of the images and photos that I'm going to be uploading to my shop today. All right, so here you can click, let me move myself out of the way. Here you can click where done, and then you're going to be able to add an image. Okay, so because I don't have a lot of products yet, I wanted to use this space to convey the biggest benefit that customers would get when shopping on my Etsy shop. So I created this creating memorable experiences banner, and with display on words to where they can change the feeling or the type of experiences that they want to create by having that line and that handwritten word memorable. So I'm really happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and click on save. I'm going to move myself back. And just as we did with the images, I've used similar fonts to at least what I'm so far using with my product designs, as well as the type of styles that I want to be carrying from all of my brand. The next place we're going to be adding something is going to be the shop logo. And I went ahead and created a quick logo. Maybe I'll be changing that later, but I've already created and optimized it with keywords as well. So you can just click on the little camera icon here and then choose a file. For me, it's going to be this one. Awesome. So it uploaded well. I'm just going to click on save. Here you could maybe adjust it if maybe you had a logo that was rectangle or vertical, and you would be able to adjust it to fit the square space. So it looks good. Actually, I just remembered that I had created a different design for my banner with the green word in order to match my logo, because I really like that brand consistency. So I'm going to change it by clicking here and then adding an image. Awesome. Now I can save it. And now I'm keeping the greenery consistent, not only with my logo, with my banner, but maybe I'll start incorporating this leafy and the green in all of my main photos, or at least in some of my product photos. So I like that. The next thing that I'm going to do is to add a profile photo, because as I mentioned before, customers connect with people. They don't connect with brands. So it's really nice having the face of someone, and people get curious and they like supporting people. So I'm going to add my profile photo here, choose a file. Awesome, looks good. Okay, the next thing we're going to optimize is the shop title. So right here you can click and add a sentence that describes your shop. So we're going to add, okay, so I went ahead and put unique party printables for all life celebrations. Because as we start expanding our product lines, we want to start offering things in different categories. Maybe baby showers, graduations, things like that. So I wanted to be broad with my title. But if you're going to be focused on just one niche, be sure to write this here, because that's going to help with your Google search optimization as well. But here I wanted to make sure that I at least had this big keyword, which is party printables. So this is good to go for me, and then I can go ahead and save. Next, it's the featured area. And even though I only have one product, I'm going to go ahead and choose it to show as features, because it shows up different to customers, because it shows up differently in a bigger size to customers who come to my shop. So the only option that I have, because I have the Etsy standard account, is the standard grid. So I'm going to go ahead and choose done, and it automatically populated with the only product that I have. So I'm going to save. And then if you keep going, here's where you would add any shop announcement. So if you're having a sale, or if you want to put instructions or anything like that, you can come and add here. So right now I'm not going to put anything. The updates you can do via the Etsy app. And then if you come here to the About section, you can add some photos about you, about your shop. So I'm going to go ahead and upload some photos of me, of my husband, so people can get to know a little bit more of us. So I've uploaded 4 photos of us, as well as us with friends and things that we like to do. And then I added these captions so people could connect a little bit more with us. So I said, hi, we're Summer and Allie Hobart, a husband and wife team who love to celebrate life. When we're not working on our businesses, you can find us all around the world seeking adventures. What we love most is to share these adventures with friends and family, and that's why we love parties and gatherings. Thank you for supporting our Etsy shop, and we wish you fun and memorable parties with your loved ones. So I wanted to take the opportunity to tell people a little bit more about us, but also tell why we created this Etsy shop, and also thanking them for visiting our shop and buying our products. So I really like this opportunity to connect with customers. And then next, I already went ahead and added a headline, which was memorable parties with fun and unique printables. And then right underneath that, you can add a story headline to tell a little bit more about your business specifically, and then some text as well. So I highly encourage you to use this opportunity to use some keywords from your keyword list that you've gathered and tell people a little bit more about the products that you offer. So let me try it out. Okay, so I wrote memorable parties with fun and unique printables. So that was the quick storyline that I wanted people to get from the types of products that we sell. And then I added a little bit of a description about us using similar tactics as I did when optimizing my listing in the listing description. So I wrote, want to make your next party one to remember? Don't leave it to chance and guarantee a fun and one-of-a-kind party everyone will enjoy with our party printables. We offer digital downloads for all kinds of celebrations, including, and then I used lots of different keywords of the different parties that we plan on creating products for. And I also added, feel free to let us know if you have any party printable ideas you'd like us to create. So we're giving them the chance to actually tell us the products that they want. And then lastly, the call to action. Get your party printables today and enjoy creating new memorable experiences. So I'm happy with it. And then if you keep scrolling down, you'll be able to link your website and social media accounts. And right now we don't have it, but it's very straightforward. You just have to click on the plus sign and then make the connection by using your login information. And then here, if you wanted to highlight different people on your team, you have this option. For us, it's pretty straightforward, and I've already done that here on the About Us section, so we're not going to be doing that. And then if you keep scrolling down, we have the shop policies. So here you can write your own shop policies and make it exactly the way you want, or you can use Etsy's standard template. So you can either edit whatever they are offering you or publish shop policies. But make sure to especially pay attention to the returns and exchanges and see if you're happy with those options. If you're not, go ahead and edit these options. For me, I'm going to go ahead and publish as is, so just click this button right here. Wonderful. And lastly, as I said, you have the opportunity to add a frequently asked questions section. And I would highly recommend that you do that to avoid any misunderstandings and also to put some important keywords as well. That's another way to optimize your shop. For me, I'm going to wait until I have a few orders to see what type of questions most customers actually have, because I have not sold these types of products before. So I'm curious to see some of their experiences and their issues. And then lastly, you can add some contact information if you want customers to be able to contact you. So you could just go ahead and add it here. For me, I'm done. I'm happy with the way my shop looks. So you can just go ahead and then view your shop. Yay! I'm super excited with how the banner looks and how my branding is coming across. You can see the featured items here. And because I only have one product, it's repeated. And if I go to the bachelorette party, it's also only going to show just one item. If I go back to all, and then down here, the About design, which I love. So there's this slider showing all the different photos about us with the caption down here. And then the About section. I love using emojis because it entices people to read. And I love the sparkles because it gives this party and celebration feel. So love this. And then at the very end, there's the shop policies and the footing. So I'm happy with how my shop looks for now, and I'll be constantly coming back to optimize it and making it as good as possible for the customer experience. Obviously, as I start to launch more products, I'll be updating the featured items, so I'm really excited for that. And I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave those below. So let's go ahead and get to the next video.
Hello and welcome to the Etsy Advertising and Marketing module of the course. My name is Summer Hobart. I'm Allie's husband, and I manage all of our own Etsy advertising and marketing. And in this module, we're going to share all of our secrets with you. And specifically what we're going to cover is first, Etsy advertising, so utilizing the Etsy ads platform to ultimately increase sales and profit on it. Second, we're going to cover simple and profitable Google search ads, so being able to identify and capture customers that are on Google and direct them to your Etsy shop and ultimately to profit from them. And then lastly, Pinterest ads specifically for Etsy, and we'll be adding and updating this module as time goes on with even more tips and tactics. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the first video.
Marketing your shop the right way is the key to maximizing your Etsy shop potential. So here are some ideas for you to consider when thinking about the growth and marketing of your Etsy business. So first, in this day and age, social media is where everyone is on a daily basis. So if you want to find your customers, be sure to be on those platforms as well. As we mentioned during our branding and niche exercise, you, when analyzing your potential customer or your customer avatar, try to think on which types of platforms, specifically social media platforms, they're going to be. The majority of them might be on Pinterest, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter. There are very different types of social media platforms attracting different types of personalities that could match really well with your brand and your types of product or not. So first of all, I would actually encourage you to have a presence on as many social media platforms as you can, even if it's just setting up shop, as I like to call it. If you just create an account, have some information about your product on your bio, have maybe even just one post, just one thing for people to find you if your customer is actually looking for you, or if they're looking for what you're offering on that social media platform. Even if you cannot be active on that platform on a daily basis or a weekly basis, just set up shop so they can easily find you, and hopefully there will be an option for you to have a link and for them to find your Etsy shop through that social media platform. So social media platform is definitely key. Creating content, you can use Canva to create lots of different types of content. It could be product images, or it could be, like things that refer to other interests that your audience may have. For example, let's say, as I mentioned, if my audience is planning a wedding and my product is Bachelorette Scavenger Hunt, I guarantee that if they're interested in that product, they're going to be interested in other things wedding related. It could be wedding memes, it could be inspirational quotes, it could be wedding design, party inspiration. So you don't have to constantly just post about your products. You can actually create a whole brand that attracts your customers in different ways by giving them value through entertainment, through information, and then by offering them your product, which is also value to them, because hopefully your product will solve a problem that they have, or a craving, a desire that they have, as we mentioned before. So social media is definitely key to marketing and growing your Etsy business. Next, influencer partnership, similar to social media, is so powerful. If you find the right influencer, your sales could simply skyrocket like never before. There's tons and tons of examples that I've heard before, and we've experienced this with our own business. We literally just contacted someone that we knew would be probably wanting to use our product. This was a physical product. We sent them a free product, and they just literally posted and tagged us on their Instagram stories, and we saw a huge spike. I think our sales tripled, if not more, on that day. So what you can do is look for influencers, and honestly, it doesn't even have to be huge influencers. They could be micro influencers as well. So maybe on Instagram metrics between like 3,000 and 10,000, I would call them micro influencers. And you can reach out to them, just offer them a free product and tell them to review, or tell them to tell you what they think. And a lot of times this is not only going to give you a boost in sales, but also it's going to give you free content that you can repurpose on your own social media platforms or even on your product listings. So there are tons of tutorials and resources depending on the platform that you're looking for to find influencers and the best strategies, if it's Instagram or Pinterest or bloggers or YouTube vloggers or video creators. So be sure to research that, because it's, as I said, it's a really powerful strategy. And just as a tip, in our opinion, the best types of content that you could have out there are content that are going to stay there for a long time. So yes, Instagram can be amazing and you can have a great boost of sales, and there's lots of influencers that have an amazing reach with their accounts, but types of content such as pins, blog posts, YouTube videos, those are types of content that have a longer shelf life. That means that that influencer or you will be posting something like that, and then months from now, people could still be finding you through that content. Where, for example, with Instagram posts, if someone posts something today, in a month from now, I would highly doubt it that someone's actually going to see that content. So just keep that in mind when investing in social media marketing and influencer partnerships. Next, we've already mentioned this, but I had to say it again, product inserts, and the amazing opportunity that is for marketing and how you can actually market to your current customers. So as mentioned, you could offer them a coupon code on another order, or you can offer them some type of warranty, an article, or a digital file that you want to add on to something that they purchase as a free gift, or you can tell them to follow you on social media. There's so many things, including asking them to sign up for an email list. And to do that, I would offer them something instead, like a coupon code or warranty, as I mentioned, because email lists are really powerful. It's like the king of marketing are email lists, because once you start gathering information about your past customers, you can then use that list of emails not only to contact them whenever you're launching a new product, because if you stick to your brand, if they purchased and liked your first product, they are very likely to want to buy the next one as well. So whenever you have sales going on, whenever you have a new product, you can email them through email sequences. And what we use, the tool that we use is Klaviyo. We use Klaviyo for that, but you can always check on Etsy integrations, and you can see the options that they have there as well, specifically for email marketing. And what you can also do with an email list is that you can create ads on different platforms based on that specific audience. So for example, Facebook ads, you can create what's called a lookalike audience, where you upload a list of emails, and Facebook actually can extract information from that and see the types of customers, the demographics or their interests, and then target people with similar demographics, with similar interests, people that have not shopped from you before. So as I said, email lists and email sequences are definitely a powerful source of marketing. And then sales. And I've mentioned this before, but when you create sales on Etsy, Etsy is going to market your listing more. It's going to boost that listing, because they want to make their customers happy. They want to offer them the best prices possible, and because they want satisfied customers. So creating sales on Etsy is a way of marketing, and you can use that sale, as I said, on your email sequences, on your social media platforms to attract even more people. And then lastly, advertising, which is a whole world in and of itself. And that's what we're going to be talking about more in this module, where Sumner is going to be giving you all of these amazing strategies and gold nuggets on how to succeed on Etsy ads, Google ads, and Pinterest ads. So be sure to stay tuned for that, but I obviously wanted to include that in my list, and I hope this was helpful. Let me know if I forgot anything. Be sure to leave those in the Q&A below if you have suggestions also for the community, all the students, and if you have questions as well, be sure to leave those in the Q&A. So let's go ahead and get to the next video.